a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to the Moon Princess. This time I'm doing it live in front of my supporters. Naturally, I lost. For someone as so short, Trish is surprisingly a good runner. While I was inept as usual, I'm going to lower that just a bit. 5 minutes later, I was still trying to catch my breath. You know, you're pretty good. Trish was walking ahead of me, full of pride. You're four younger siblings short from getting to my level, K, brother. Never took you for the sporty type. She looks like she could be. Oh, really? Just so you know, I can suplex your skinny ass in 4 different ways. And unlike Bang, I won't even feel bad about it. She said, standing on tiptoes to make herself look more imposing to me. That sounds like a threat. What? You don't like it rough? Trish laughed at her idea of a joke, while I could only smile and nod. This girl is high octane as usual. Keeping up with her can be tough sometimes. Chin up, Anon. You never had a chance anyway. I was the #1 athlete in this school back in the day. Couldn't count how many times I made our boy Nazer himself eat my dust. I would snatch his favorite baseball cap right off his crest, and then he'll chase me around the entire school. He always had to big bang for it in the end. Didn't catch me once. Good times. Ever since then, he avoids baseball caps like the plague. So, you were on the track team or something? This somewhat explains just as usual wardrobe choices. But I only see you play music nowadays. Well, Fang always sucked at sports and I wanted to stick with her, so we decided to do music instead. Besides, I don't like the idea of being separated by gender. I can make all the twinks in this school cry, but the school would only let me compete against the girls. That sucked. I tried bringing it up with Spears to explain how humiliating it felt, but other girls told me to shut up. They like having it easy. A bunch of dumb broads, all of them. Why do I like this version of Trish? The only contest they would win is competing dick sucking. You should try being more open, you know. Oh, shut up. Bang, Reed, and you are the only ones I talk to in this school. Others can get fucked. I like this version of Reed. How can he sign up as a dick sucking judge? Yeah, that would be interesting. Fair enough. So, we going by bus? What did you expect, a taxi? Nah, I don't care either way. Where is that place anyway? Oh, wait a second. Where was it? Now that I think about it, that evening with Bang was a bit of a blur. Don't fucking tell me you don't remember. No, I remember. I was together with Fang. We were at Little Trudon. Then some guy tried to sell me a pocket Roomba. And he told us where to go. Oh, God fucking damn it. Let's just call Fang, she would know. No, let's not. I'm sure she's still resting. I don't want to imagine the humiliation I'd have to endure. We just need to get to Little Trudon. I'll figure it out from there. Okay, whatever you say. We boarded a bus, which was mercifully empty. Sitting side by side, Trish and I didn't say anything to each other than throughout that whole ride. She was deep in thought about something, so I decided not to disturb her. Little Trudon was the same as usual. A chaotic web of street shops and bars filled with all kinds of people. They say you can find literally anything here as long as you have the money. As a proud Rainbow owner, I can attest to that. So, where to now? I always wanted a Roomba, actually. I think we turn left right here. We wove our way through the gaps and tiny walk spaces. I think somewhere around here. Like spelunkers exploring a cave. 5 minutes later, it didn't seem like we made much progress. Okay, I have something to admit. I hadn't the first clue where Moe's place was. I was there like twice, and it's way outside my usual commute. But I don't want to know what Trish would say if I admit it. So I lead her by the horn until she figured it out. You don't have any idea where it is, huh? Damn, did I just say that out loud? Oh, yes, you did. Fuck! Mumbling. So, what do we do now? What do we do now? I look around. We arrived at a narrow street full of various bars. I don't know. We can go back and look for the pocket Roomba salesman. Can you answer one question, Anon? Sure. What the fuck did Fang see in you? I'm really good at couch therapy. I think I might need some of this. Choosing not to go back, we decide to see what lies ahead instead. Neither of us had any particular ideas at this point. I have a couple cupcakes that I made. They're really yummy. I tried doing some multicolor frosting. I need to get one of those little frosting thingies. It's a bitch doing it by hand. I don't really have a lot of pastry tools anymore. Well, since we're here, might as well have some fun. Trish looks at me grinning. Any bright ideas? She points to the signboard, the other side of the street. Oh, you are so lucky. The place looked like a bar. Have you seen one of these before? A bar? Yeah. Heard the rumors. No, I don't mean the bar, you clown. It's called a barcade. They sell booze there, and you can also play video games. The last part caught me off guard. Video games? Yeah. Don't fucking tell me you never played any. You're the biggest nerd in school. Well, I did, but what's it to you? I like that stuff. Let's go play something. Today I discovered the kind of forbidden knowledge I was not meant to know. Oh, don't you fucking give me that look, Skinny. My family's not exactly rich, but the kids love video games. These guys have family days when children are allowed. That's how we spend our Sundays sometimes. I see. Gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that. So, you going? Or are you scared you'll get beaten by a girl? You know, I'm a pretty avid gamer. What the fuck did I just say? Come on in before I die of cringe. Hello, fellow kids. I am an avid gamer. God, at this point I'm actually getting sick of being called a gamer just because of the way people are acting online. Trish shoved me through the entrance door. She's definitely stronger than she looks. 1 second. Trish shoved me through the entrance door. She's definitely stronger than she looks. I do like the art for this one. I'm wondering if they did it. That's Bubble Bobble. Not sure what that one is. I know that one's Bubble Bobble. That one looks like Bubble Bobble right up at the front. I can't really tell what the other ones might be. But I'm wondering if they did the art for the background, because I like that. The place looks like a large, surprisingly clean bar, except for almost every wall, other than the bar itself, was lined with arcade machines. And these weren't any arcade machines, they were all retro. God, that sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Most are older than I am. I tried once to get a retro machine, and the prices are insane. As we stroll through the entryway, Trish glances at me. Also, never mention, 1-Up Arcade? If you're actually at a place that sells actual, like, classic arcade units. And, like, for real, don't ever mention them because they go nuts. Like, they get really mad over that. Because I was talking to one of the guys in there. And there were two guys running the place. One of them was pretty chill. I was talking about the Ninja Turtles 1-Up machine because I wanted to get the first one that came out and I couldn't find it. Like when it went on clearance, I couldn't get it because everybody here, all the scalpers bought them up. And I was talking to him about it. And I was talking about maybe getting an actual Turtles machine. And he was actually, the cool guy was actually telling me some of the issues that 1UP Arcade doesn't talk about publicly. Like, there was a few issues apparently with the Ninja Turtles one. Supposedly. They might have just been telling me that, sell that one. And, we were just talking about pinball machines and stuff like that, because I wanted to get a Shadow pinball machine and stuff like that. And it's like, like the other dude went mental when I mentioned 1UP Arcade. As he was like screaming that they're putting him out of business. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't do pinball, they don't do this, they don't do that. And it was really stupid. Hold on. We stroll through okay. You like what you see? I pick up my jaw from the floor and try to regain my composure. This is sweet. So, what are you drinking? I don't really do alcohol. I'm too much of a lightweight. Even small amounts might cause me to go off the rails. Trish snorts at my honesty. Damn, Fang was right. You really are the king of the dweebs. You're free to order me anything if you promise you'll carry my ass through Skin Row at night. I'd rather leave you for the trash collectors. Can you handle iced tea at least? Yep, that sounds good. And don't think booze would stop me from kicking your ass. Trish ended up buying herself a beer of some kind and got me tea. We decided not to waste any time and moved straight to the arcade. Trish took me through the room and pointed to an old familiar game. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Oh God! Thank you. You all do that to get on the recording, so that's Weeb's. That's now Weeb being immortalized. This one's a classic. You know it? Of course I do. I was gonna say something about pizza, isn't it? Although I never played it with real people before. Let's get to it then. With a smug look on her face, Trish puts in the tokens and started the game. She picks Guile. I decide to go with the classic and pick Ryu. Come on, you could be a bit more original. If it works, it works. Trish rolled her eyes and we started the game. The match begins. I can tell her by her movements that this was far from her first time. She's not jumping everywhere or smashing the attack buttons. Her movements are precise. I need to think carefully about my own actions. God, I love the Street Fighter music. As I keep trying to figure her out, Trish jumps in ready to hit me from above. Thankfully, I know how hitboxes in this game work. Before Trish could react, I input the Hurricane Kick. It's a classic move that sends my character flying horizontally like a helicopter. I manage to hit Trish out of the air. As her character plummets to the ground and tries to recover, Trish clicks her tongue, annoyed at this early misplay. Damn, you're not a complete idiot. Guess I'll have to get a bit more serious. Our battle continues. Hey, is that girl even of age? I can hear some bar goers whispering behind us. Trish evidently heard them. Shut up, you cunt, I'm 18. Watch the screen, sis. I managed to get the jab in while Trish was busy screaming at others. Don't you try to sucker punch me, Skinny. She sent a sonic boom in my direction, which was her fireball move. In response, I sent a Hadoken, if I say that wrong on purpose, will people get pissed with me? No, I'm not going to do that. Hadoken my way. They both cancel each other out in the air. Trish now does a crouching block, waiting for my move. I should try to keep my distance. She's playing a charge character. They have long wind up and fast recovery. So she's at a disadvantage when I'm far away. We start throwing fireballs at each other. Now I can push her into a corner. As she throws yet another, I jump in and hit her from above. Oh, come on! I swear I moved. I don't know what happened. Likely story. We play the neutral game for a bit, throwing jabs at each other. I should be careful and not do anything crazy. But then Trish backs out again. We're full screen apart now. Keep your distance. She's planning something. Absolutely gonna call it this. She's planning something. We go back to tossing fireballs at each other. However, her movement is now more precise. Trish learns fast. But I do have a surprise in store. Trish sends her sonic boom in my direction. At that point, I do a powerful hurricane kick. This attack is capable of flying right above the projectiles and into my opponent's face. Oh, come on! Just do it on purpose and call it like Hidoki. Or is that, yeah, it's too obvious. That's just cheating. How did you do that? Thank you for the pizza fund. I can only smile at her distress. Now we're back in neutral position. Trish is getting visibly fired up. I wasn't going to let her win either. People around us all couldn't help but to notice Trish. It's striking how someone so small could produce so much noise. The way she hammers the buttons is quite frightening. Now it was time for me to make my move. Trish blocks the kick and tries to throw a ball. Now she's really screwed up. Her charge attacks are slow, but my normals are really fast, especially on recovery. She receives a fireball straight to the face. God damn it! Stop spamming this shit! Do something that requires actual skill for once. The game is now reaching its crescendo. Not a lot of health to spare. Once again, I see Trish trying to jump in for me. I can't screw this up now. I feel like Shuriken might be... You can try it. Shuriken is probably the second most famous move in Street Fighter game history. And that's for a good reason. Trish wasn't expecting it this time. I hit her straight out of the sky. Fuck! Woo! We did it, guys! The battle was long and grueling. Still, my skills were nothing to scoff at. I managed to land the finishing blow and get my victory. I need to stream more Tekken. No, next week I'll do it because next week is stream week. Oh, come on! This is unfair! Trish definitely wasn't expecting that. How the fuck did you beat me? Well, like you said, I'm a bit of a nerd. I played my fair share of fighting games before. I'm the best player in this goddamn city. You... Welcome to the real world. You gotta learn, sis. She fell silent for a second. Did I overdo it? She turned away for a second and exhaled sharply. And faced me with a glowing smile. I love these games. Yep, she's enjoying this. I'm not done with you. We're gonna play until your arm falls off. I'm gonna get my win. It didn't take long for Trish to regain composure. Whatever you say, sis. The dream of the greatest challenger is endless challenge. Trish really personified this. Competition is where she belonged. I kind of felt bad that she had to abandon this side of her. I ended up winning 10-8, but Trish was still happy with her performance. We're not done. There will be a rematch. Once we consumed all the alcohol, tea, and snacks our wallets allowed, we decided it was time to head out. As we headed down the street, the sun was already setting. Trish drank her fair share and looked quite tipsy. I think we should get you a taxi. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, are you feeling good? Just a bit tired. For the first time, I'm seeing Trish drunk. I point her to a bench nearby, but she doesn't protest. We both sat down and I looked at her. She was more relaxed than usual, staring nowhere in particular. Perhaps it's now or never. I always wanted to talk with Trish. I was always wondering about something. Spit it out. Why did you have a bone to pick with me? I wasn't the only dumb idiot in the school. So why are you so focused on me? Even after Reed and Fang told you to chill. What? You think drunk sis Trish will spill her guts out to you like this? Yeah, I guess. I told you before, I was worried about Fang. No, there was more to it. What you might do to her. But what could I do? Poison her mind with evil ideas or something? Don't act like an idiot. I thought you'd hurt her. But how? Trish looked away. She suddenly became very quiet. The same way my shitty dad hurt my mom. Don't you start that. I did not expect this answer. What did he do? He swept her off her feet and then left her heartbroken and alone with a bunch of brats. He didn't even bother paying child support. Hey, Trish, now we have something in common. Simply popped out of existence. I was still in grade school, others were toddlers. You have no idea how hard that was. What was supposed to be drunk, lighthearted banter turned sour too fast for comfort. I never seen Trish look so serious. Shit. I'm sorry. Don't be. Sorry doesn't put food on anyone's table. But you want to know the best part? He was a human. Looked a lot like you, too. Mom met him in college. She thought he was perfect until he wasn't. Suddenly, the puzzle pieces started to come in together. I've got a lot of questions on how that breeding works, but okay. You getting it now? Just imagine how I felt when you rolled in and started grooming Fang. Hey, I wasn't grooming anyone. You couldn't leave her alone for a second, even though you didn't know her at all. It's like you were racing to get into her pants. And then Fang started changing. She was only talking about you, like she was in love. With you. Of course I got fucking nervous. For all I know, you could have shattered Fang's heart or worse. Trish gave a heavy sigh. Before you arrived, Fang was in a bad place mentally. She would miss school for days on end, lock herself up in her room, probably even hurt herself. Fang hated herself. Because her damn brother took the spotlight. That's not why. Oh, right, Trish doesn't know, does she? Because her fucking family couldn't care less about her. If you tried playing with her feelings at that point, Fang might have done something stupid. I couldn't allow some airheaded asshole to do that to her. This ticked me off more than it probably should have. Don't pretend like you weren't just as overbearing. It was fucking painful for me to watch Fang ignore herself as she danced to your double bass tune all day long. I felt like I was stopping you from grooming her. Trish fell silent. Did I say too much? I only wanted what was best for Fang. I only wanted to give her the true shine. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. Back then, she was the only friend I had. And I was the only friend she had. I did my best to protect her. That's what you're telling yourself. Seems more like you were scared of letting her do her own thing, because you were afraid she wouldn't include you. I'm glad that Trish is quite drunk, otherwise she would have started shouting for sure. You know what, Skinny? I turned to her. She looks she looks dramatic. Melancholy. Thank you. I could say it. Surprising enough, I didn't feel any malice in her words. You're a fucking asshole. But I know you're right. I thought about it. A lot. I was an asshole too. I wanted Fang to be free from others, but I only ended up forcing shit on her, like others. I know Fang. You know Fang. Fang was always very sensitive. She always took everything close to heart. I told her to stand up for herself, stop following the crowd, and do her own thing. I guess I just wanted her to follow me instead. What a confusing mess. That's life. But, she looked back at me and smiled. Don't you fucking think you're off the hook just because I gave you the green light. If I find out that you hurt Fang in any way, I'll find you. And I'll make you cry. Oh God, I swear to God, I think something happened with the strep throat, because I know that voice isn't right. I can't get it back to originally how it was. I think the strep throat might have damaged my tonsils, because it feels like it's different in my throat right now. Either that or I'm just really slow at recovering. I don't doubt it for a second, sis. We both chuckled. Trish is a strange person. She's very aggressive, competitive, a bit sadistic, and she has some attachment issues. But despite it all, I can see that she cares. Like Reed always told me, she really cares. I can admire that. As minutes passed by in complete silence, I felt something on my shoulder. Oh, look at that. That is cute. It was Trish. I guess she's all out of juice now. Looking at her sleeping peacefully on my shoulder, I notice how small she actually is. Hard to believe she's the same age as all of us. She's also surprisingly light. No matter how much we butt heads with each other, at the end of the day, she's still a girl. Maybe a bit too tomboyish and emotional, but even so. I could hear her whisper something in her sleep. Mom, I'm home. I ordered her a taxi and dragged her in the car when it arrived. As it drove away, I looked at the time. Time to go home. This one isn't terrible. It's fun to do these more with everybody watching. The rest of the evening went without a hitch. Yeah, I know, somebody sent me a fixed Trish mod, by the way. There are a lot of people that like her. I ate my dinner and got to my gaming console. For some reason, I was itching to play some old Street Fighter games again. Fang called me earlier and told me that she's coming back tomorrow. So that's good news. Overall, nothing special happened. And then, ringing my phone awoke from its slumber. I wonder who could be calling me at this hour. I picked up. You asshole! And I think I just lost hearing in my right ear. Who gave you the right to lecture me like that? Trish, how the hell did you even get my number? Fang told me, you ape! Did you think you can get me drunk and then probe me for private shit while I'm half asleep? I'm pretty sure you're the one who got yourself drunk. No fucking excuses! Apologize right now! Oh boy. Then again, what did I expect? It's not like she was blackout drunk. Of course she would remember. Still, she sobered up surprisingly fast. That's athletes for you, I suppose. No substance work for long. I guess her goodwill vanished once the hangover arrived. But I was a bit intrusive, all things considered. Okay, sorry about that. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. You goddamn right! I forgive you for this! But don't you pull this shit on me again, you skinny cocksucker! Love you too, Trish. Fuck you! So my friends and I talk. She hung up. See, that's good. That's actually a good sign. I think they're now becoming more friendly. I do like this mod. I like how the mods to handle Trish a bit better than the game. It'll be fine tomorrow. I think she just released years worth of built-up pressure. And now with my newfound headache, I should go to sleep. That's when you put the phone on speaker. The quiet of the night soothes my ears. However, falling asleep proves difficult. Trish was still on my mind. She is a curious person. I doubt most people would be able to stomach her. In nerd terms, I describe her as all soon and no dare. But I'm yet to find the part of her that doesn't have thorns sticking out everywhere. And yet, something about her is alluring. Maybe I can't help but appreciate the passion she carries herself with. Or maybe I appreciate her loyalty to her friends. And don't do this. Or maybe I'm developing the same Stockholm Syndrome Fang and Reed had. Then I remember her telling me excitedly about her athletic achievements. And how she was battling me in that video game. Perhaps that is what she's missing. She just doesn't realize it herself. Trish has a lot of energy, but nowhere to let it out. She wants to prove herself. Maybe I should talk to Fang about it. We could try and get her back into sports. Wouldn't that be a fun project for us four? Don't you fucking get with her, Anon. We don't need another NTR mod. I'm happy that I met Trish after all. Sometimes we all need some spice in our lives. Don't you dare. Don't you dare go for that. Don't go for the trigger. What? 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 No! Fuck you! We're nice to Trish. Ending. And it just ends, okay. So that was the Moon Princess mod. It was interesting. I like some of it. I do like the art, but what? Guess we'll see you guys next time.